Pinky, and I will be your lead commentator, and I'm accompanied by...
Good morning. My name is Jason Amwama, and we are here at the Davin Truscott Hockey Stadium for day 2 of the Junior Africa Cup.
Right here at the heart of Windhoek High, you will be witnessing right there on your screen the South African ladies playing against Zambia. So this is definitely live from the Davin Truscott Hockey Stadium. There you see the energy is full from the young ladies, the under 21s from both sides, ready to take on the field. So this would be Zambia's second game today. Supposed to be South Africa's second game, but it is officially their first game because yesterday their first game had to be fortified due to Uganda not arriving on time.
So this basically makes South Africa to be fresh. They have fresh legs on the field, and the Zambians are not so as fresh as them. So we expect them to start off with a full court press from South Africa and half court press from Zambia, as we can see right now.
There you go. The ball is in motion. There already South Africa is dominating.
This is gonna be quite an interesting game, as Zambia are the underdogs towards South Africa. So
as you can see there, South Africa has already penetrated the 16th side of Zambia. So I did have a chat there earlier on with both sides of the teams, and Zambia did say that due to them playing yesterday and being dominated by Zimbabwe, they want to play more of an observation game just to see how the South African side is going to go there. It's a foul. South Africa takes.
as you see, South Africa still hasn't had the circle penetration, but yes, they are playing in the red zone. So hockey has different tempos. So you would go red and then orange, then green. Anything below green is not as high. So yeah, the South Africans are definitely in the red.
There on your screen we have our umpires and technical officers. We have Mahmoud Fatma from Egypt, Tambale Kenneth from Uganda, and our reserve umpire is Mashoko from Zimbabwe. So definitely neutral umpires there on the technical side. There South Africa again is right at the top of the Zambian circle, and it's a foul against them. So Zambia has been saved there. There you see South Africa dominating, not allowing Zambia any chance to get out of their half.
So what we are seeing now is the Zambians trying to outlet the ball as fast as possible in order to get out of their defense and move the ball up, which is easier to defend.
There you go. So Zambia is pushing up for the first time this Chaka, and they have been intercepted there.
Oh, what a jab.
You see the Zambia is definitely holding down their fort there.
Yes, they are. So what's happening right now, Zambia is attacking. They attacked the hotline and they got through. So yeah,
there you see a beautiful run there by the South African.
So what impressive skills shown by the South Africans.
It's a foul there for the South African side, a turnover. There you see South Africa's number 10, Chenze An, tried to, and it's cleared there by the Zambian side.
That was the first circle penetration from the South Africans, which just shows that 4 minutes into the game, and the Zambians actually held South Africans from penetrating their circle.
Definitely. I had a chat there
See.
earlier on with the South African side, and I did get informed that there is a few debuts there, like number 5, Beckendorf is a debut, so this is her first international game. But you can see there's definitely great skills there, and that is because the South African ladies play quite a lot of hockey. There's a foul there, so it's South Africa's ball.
So what we foul again outside the D. So South Africa would generally want to get a shot corner out of this.
Number 9 there, that is the South African captain. Beautiful skill there by the South African captain. So Zambia has managed to quick turnover there by South Africa, and it hit right into
one of the Zambian ladies got hit, but it's not that serious of an injury, so she's gonna play on.
Right there, intercepted by the South African side. South Africa right at the top of the Zambian circle, and it's a foul.
It was Marie Caitlin, the captain of the South African national team.
Beautiful there, interception by the Zambian side, but South Africa is definitely knocking on the Zambian door. Another foul there, South Africa's ball. Quick turnover there. Fast movement by the South African side. They are not giving Zambia any time to breathe. That was Blau from the South African side, number 11. You see number 5 there, Tara. There you have Janse on the South African side pushing the ball, and she
shot on goal. What a goal.
What a beautiful goal there by the debut Janse. Beautiful goal there.
That's the first goal of the tournament.
First goal for the South African side for the tournament, and first goal for the first game of the day today.
But looking at the time that they took to score, considering that Zambia are underdogs, Zambians actually held.
Yeah, Zambia is definitely holding down. They're definitely keeping their defense strongly against the South African, but South Africa, when they knock, surely.
So let's see what the Zambians are doing, because Zambians have some experience in hockey, but the hockey level in Zambia is also not as high as South Africa's one. I mean, most of these girls play A-section USA. They play for their first teams.
Beautiful interception there. There Zambia is pushing to go penetrate the South African circle. There you see number 9 on the Zambian side, Chaya Memory. Ball has turned over, South Africa's ball.
From a 16.
Beautiful hit there, but intercepted and turned over again.
Okay.
Foul there.
Foul there, ball overturned. You would want to start as fast as possible so that your forwards are also in there in the D to pick up the ball and score, but yeah, unfortunately her teammates didn't click on very fast.
16 hit there by the South African side.
So ball
beautiful
goes
line ball there from
to Amber.
From Beckendorf. As you can see, South Africa is definitely pulling the Zambian team wide, and they keep on playing the balls on the outside. Big stick there, intercepted by the Zambian side. South Africa still has the ball. Great defense there by Tagwiri there from the Zambian side. Beautiful defense. South Africa at the top, Beautiful save there by the goalkeeper.
Shot taken by Bailey. Wow, it was beautiful.
South Africa is still in control of the ball. South Africa is definitely pulling the Zambian team wide. And there,
They scored again.
a beautiful goal there. One thing about hockey is if your eyes are not glued to the screen, you will miss.
You will miss the goal.
You will miss a goal.
If you blink, the blink of an eye.
So that brings our total score to 2-0 for South Africa against Zambia.
It was a beautiful goal. The second goal from South Africa. They switched it up, recycled the ball,
And took the
they
shot.
Took the shot. Just waiting on the umpire. Overhead.
Our first overhead there from the Zambian side. Great turnover there. Beautiful defense by Isaacs. She's actually one of the Olympians on the South
That's our
African
first
side.
overhead on the South African side. But it was blown against the Zambians. Oh, beautiful defense from Tabita from Zambia. It's a 16 and
There's South Africa
Yes.
once again penetrating the Zambian circle. There you see number 2, Salise Page. Also her debut here. South Africa is definitely applying pressure inside the Zambian circle.
so the biggest question when they penetrate that circle is, will it be a short corner or will it be a goal?
Another beautiful penetration there.
Short corner.
Short corner
Is-
because the goalkeeper deliberately kicked the ball out right there. So first penalty corner for the game. First penalty corner for the South African ladies. Will they take the opportunity and materialize it into a goal?
So this just shows to how little hockey experience the goalkeeper from Zambia has, because the rules now say any deliberate if you deliberately take out the ball inside the D, then it's a short corner, either from the defenders or the goalie.
Straight into the goal box
nope.
there.
The ball was raised.
The straight hit there by spear shot. Straight goal. Clean goal there from the South African ladies.
The goal was not counted. Third goal was not counted as ball was raised, as umpire showed. So score is still 2-0. As we see, the South Africans are pressing the Zambian ladies. The Zambian ladies are trying to get out of that press. It's a very intense game for the Zambians.
South Africa is definitely applying a lot of pressure there. Again, like we said, this is officially their first game, so they are fresh off the court for day 2. Zambia did play yesterday against Zimbabwe. It's a free hit there for the South African side. Beautiful shot there by number 4, spear shot from South Africa. Straight.
Oh, it's an overturned ball. It's Zambia's ball. South Africa lost possession of the ball. But yes, in this track, it looks like South Africa is more ball possession than Zambia.
First chukka of the game, and I definitely believe South Africa has had a higher percentage of ball possession. There's South Africa again pushing into the Zambian circle. Missed opportunity there.
But what a beautiful tomahawk
Beautiful, beautiful. See, there's Zambia is taking the 16. South Africa has a high press on that 16.
There we go.
Beautiful jab
Beautiful
there.
jab. So generally in hockey, you wouldn't want your player to the when you're defending, you wouldn't want the player you are running with to be on their strong side. So you want them to be on the weak side.
Definitely. Beautiful interception there. Turnover there by the Zambian side. And she was able to get a free hit. That is number 3, Tagwiri from Zambia. Another foot there. Zambia moving fast with the ball. First penetration there by the Zambian side into the South African circle. Unfortunately, South Africa manages to turn it over and push forward. Right there you have
2v1.
One-on-one there with the goalkeeper. Straight
What a
shot
goal.
into the goals. What a goal there from the South African ladies.
You could say the goalie didn't stand a chance. It was a 2v1. So the Zambian defenders fell asleep a bit there.
Beautiful execution there by Salise Page and Feyron Ember. 2 debuts on the South African side. The score right there is 3 South Africa, 0 Zambia, and we just have 1 minute and a few seconds into the first chaka. Hit there from the Zambian, intercepted by the South African side. Another great turnover there by Zambia. South Africa still manages to hold on to the ball. Right at the top there, you have Feyron again. Straight shot. Missed opportunity there. And it is out.
I think it was Chimeri that tried taking a shot on goal. So and it missed, but
South Africa is definitely applying the pressure there. Beautiful ball skills there by Mutambo. By
Nakombe Rachel.
Nakombe Rachel there. Beautiful, beautiful. Skilled player, the Zambian side. She plays for the national team in Zambia. And you can see she's definitely showing the skills.
Okay, the Zambian side, proper position to now hold and press the South Africans so they can squeeze a goal out of them. I mean, yesterday we watched Zambian men versus South Africa, and it was an interesting game to watch.
There you see that. You have Salise again. Zambia has managed to turn over the ball. South Africa is definitely pressing on the Zambian side. There's a foul there, Zambia's ball.
The Zambia is in
and ladies and gentlemen, we've just come to the end of our first chaka there. Score is 3 South Africa, Zambia no. So Jason, what do you think about this first chaka?
This first chaka showed. So yesterday we watched the South African men against the Zambian men, and that was a very high tempo game, very challenging to say for the Zambians as they're going up against the South African team, which has a few players that play pro league in Europe. And today we are seeing this here where we have players from South Africa, and they are actually good. I think the South African team under 21 has maybe a few in the national team. So they actually played. I didn't expect them to play to play like this. I think their tempo is a bit low, I expected faster hockey from them, but yeah, more shots, more circle penetrations. But yeah, but Zambia also came up with individual skills. Zambian ladies are skilled.
Definitely. As we mentioned earlier, we do have two Olympians on the South African team, and as you can see, they are definitely dominating, even though they have quite a few debuts there. You can see some highlights of the goals. Beautiful goal there.
Well, we think in the second chaka, South Africa is going to look for more short corners, more circle penetrations.
Definitely. If you're just tuning in, you are watching live. There you have a beautiful shot there by Feyron, a debut on the South African side. Beautiful, beautiful back stick goal there. Execution of a wonderful skill.
Pinky, what position do you play on the field?
I'm a goalkeeper actually.
So if you're in that position where the South African goalie was in such a predicament, a 2v1,
you don't commit. That's what I would say. Ladies and gentlemen, we're kicking off now the second chaka. Score is 3 South Africa, 0 Zambia. As you can see there, Zambia is trying to set up a press right on top of South Africa, but it is turned over to the South African side. Beautiful deflection there by the South African ladies.
What a ball, what a ball.
As you can see now, South Africa is playing right in the middle.
First circle penetration of the second chaka, and it's a goal.
On target. What a goal
from South Africa's Chena.
What a beautiful goal there by Blau from the South African side. Beautiful, beautiful goal. That brings our score to 4 now. There, as you can see on your screen, she takes a shot.
Oh.
Our score there is 4-0 to the South African ladies. Again, South Africa pushing to penetrate the circle. Missed opportunity there. Ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, South Africa is dominating.
Zambia lost ball possession. And
there you have Salis from the South African side, pushes it right to the top of the Zambian circle. Foul.
Umpire is calling for the first foul, so ball possession is still with the South Africans. So defending that you inside the 23, you would want to be 5 meters from the player just to avoid a short corner.
There South Africa is basically all the way into the Zambian side. There you see Salis right in the circle. Released. And it is a foul there. Zambia can breathe a little bit.
So generally you can see in this game that the Zambians are more on the defensive side.
Definitely.
They are defending and trying to hold the ball as much as possible instead of losing the ball.
Turnover there by the South African ladies. Right there on your screens, ladies and gentlemen, you can see there the ranking for these two teams. South Africa is ranked number 2. There you see, and then Zambia is ranked number 6. So definitely South Africa is dominating
South Africa has 3 points and Zambia has 0 points. With one loss, South Africa only has one win, which is quite impressive. And that win comes from the forfeit yesterday from Ghana,
the
Ugandan
yes.
side. So yeah, this is this is gonna be an interesting tournament to see.
There's South Africa once again penetrating the Zambian, and it is a goal. Beautiful goal there by the number 9 on the South African side, Marie, the captain of the South African side. And our score is 5 to South Africa, 0 to Zambia. One would like to wonder if Zambia is just trying to keep South Africa from getting the same score that Zimbabwe got against them yesterday. Celebration there by the under-21s on the South African side.
I think South Africa would want to get more goals in this game, as it gives them a higher standing. Like, as a player, you would want to get more goals in the easiest game you can have, so that you can
secure your position.
Yes. And individual awards. I mean, these are national caps. You count this as national goals.
There's South Africa again, once again in beautiful back stick there, just shy of the goal post.
And it's a long corner for South Africa.
Great deflection there by the goalkeeper. Long corner for the South African ladies, and it's being taken by Pume.
In circle penetration, and it's umpire straight for a short corner. Advantage.
Zambia manages to get it out of their circles. South Africa again on the ball. Ball dominance there by the under-21 on the South African side. It is a foul for the South African ladies.
Just in front of the D, she throws an overhead. So, see, South Africans are trying to recycle the ball.
Right there again at the top of the circle.
And it's a short corner. Umpire blew short corner. I'm guessing deliberate breakdown of play.
There by Isaacs, one of the Olympians on the South African side, took the fall. As you can see there, they're getting ready to set up for their short corner. Second penalty corner here for the game for South Africa. As you can see there, you have two castles at the top of the circle. Which side will it go?
And it's straight flick.
They went there for a deflection, and
it's a long corner.
Long corner for the South African ladies. South Africa still maintains ball possession. Definitely South Africa is definitely showing some dominance in this game. Second chaka. Zambia has only managed to penetrate the South African side twice now. This game is definitely one-sided, unfortunately, for the Zambian.
There we see Tara from South Africa releases the ball.
Straight short into the circle. Missed opportunity there by Murray, the captain. Ball there to the South African side.
Ball goes to N.
Beautiful ball control there. The Zambian girl just got hit with the ball. Will she be okay? Right on her arm. Beautiful sportsmanship there from the South African side by Angelique, coming to check up on her counterpart.
So in hockey, you would get injured on the field. You wouldn't feel it. Game motion.
You shake it off and
Shake it off and you play.
keep it pushing there. Again, South Africa right on top of Zambia, not letting them breathe. Free hit there for the Zambian ladies.
Going through the mid. As a hockey player, you wouldn't want to go through the middle. You would most likely lose the ball if you go through the mid, so you'd want to move the ball on the outside.
For the Zambian ladies, South Africa right there, not letting Zambia breathe at all. Angelique there passes the ball to Mokwena. South Africa still holding on to the ball. Here's number 13 there, Isaacs. South Africa in the Zambian circle. Will it materialize or not? Goalkeeper manages to.
We are seeing our umpires playing a lot of advantage in the.
There, South Africa has secured their third penalty corner. There was a foot fault.
The Zambians are not using the advantage that is being played by the umpires to their own use. You generally want, if advantage is played against you, you want to put your opposition in a good position, then take off the ball.
As you see there, South Africa has set up again two castles at the top of the circle. Where is the ball going? Straight shot, beautiful save there by the goalkeeper. What a save. What a save.
The goalkeeper seems to be, her eye is definitely in the game. She sees the balls coming. She has them. Those high balls, the deflections are coming off her quite well. Here we see South Africa is still penetrating again.
See there, free hit there for the South African ladies right at the base of the Zambian circle, and it is out there. Zambia can breathe once again. 16 for the Zambian ladies.
Generally, I feel sorry for the Zambian ladies, the defenders.
They're definitely working hard.
Working very hard to. Ball is moving faster than the Zambians can actually fall back to defend. So here we see the South African ladies trying to change the channels for the ball.
Beautiful overhead there. Contact there you see on the screen. We have ball possession. South Africa dominating with a 67% and Zambia with a 33% on ball possession, and that is definitely a depiction of what is happening on your screens, ladies and gentlemen. South Africa is definitely dominating this game.
You would want to say it's a one-sided game due to the ball possession percentage, which only shows to how much
there you see some action
hockey
from
happens
the
in
Zambian.
South Africa.
See some action there from the Zambian side, but unfortunately turned over. Beautiful, beautiful play there from the South African ladies. Intercepted there by number 12. Mwalwe there on the Zambian side. Again turned over into the South Africans.
Ball to Bailey. Bailey gets it in the deep.
Top of the circle there. And it's another missed opportunity there for South Africa. Beautiful, beautiful hockey. Temperatures here at the field, 19 degrees Celsius. So it's a little bit, the weather is perfect this morning. Sun is still coming out.
Our precipitation today here in Windhoek is at 0%, which is good for us. No rain, with a humidity of 59%. The wind is at 10 kilometers per hour, so there's no wind in our place.
Say there, the Zambian goalkeeper is fixing her kickers. So they had to stop the time for it.
So Pinky, don't you just hate it when your kickers not stripped all right?
Yeah, it's always unfortunate, but sometimes it's a trick, hey? Just to get your team to recollect. There you see Zambia going for the wide ball.
You see Bailey.
There you see Isaacs again on the ball. Straight hit there at the top of the circle. Unfortunately, she used the wrong side of a stick as indicated by the umpire. So that's a free hit there for Zambia at the top of their circle.
Ball starts with the Zambian number 5, Beatrice, the captain.
South Africa has managed to turn it over again. There,
Okay.
open goal for the South Africa. Beautiful, beautiful. She walked it right into the goal box there. There you see our goal score is 6-0.
And only 4 minutes left of the second chaka before we go into halftime.
Beautiful jab there just to get the goalkeeper away from the ball so she could walk it right into the circle.
So we see South Africa's 6th goal was scored by
Mukwena.
Queen.
There once again you see South Africa again right at the top of the Zambian circle. Missed opportunity there. Free hit there for the Zambian ladies.
Ball starts with their captain. The captain started the ball.
Intercepted once again there by the South African ladies. Again in the circle. Another shorted goal. Beautiful save there by the goalkeeper. And it's a free hit for the Zambian ladies.
The Zambian captain is starting with the ball again.
As you can see there, Mukwena is also one of the other Olympians on the South African side. And she is showing her skill right there. As soon as she penetrates the circle, she is on target. Beautiful, beautiful, skilled young lady. South Africa's 16.
So South Africa, they are now on the attack. And
There you see there, Mukwena almost touched it, just missed it. And it's a free hit there for the Zambian ladies. The temperatures are right, the ladies are running. South Africa again dominating in their ball possession there. You see number 8 there, Pharaoh Ember. At the top of the circle, she manages to get a free hit there. Top of the circle. Beautiful connection there. Number 16, Mzizi.
South Africans are still on the attack. They are in the circle. They're looking for foot right there to get a short corner.
Beautiful turn there by number 5, Peckendorf there. Unfortunately, missed opportunity there for South Africa.
Zambians trying this quick start. It's still their ball. They would want to get the ball as far away as possible from their defenders so that the defenders can actually breathe a bit and rest. So here we go. Throw an overhead.
There you see Zambia had an opportunity there to be somewhere close to the South African territory, but it has been turned over. There's South Africa. Beautiful pass there by the captain. Beautiful ball skills there.
It's a card. It's the card. Or umpire is giving out a card. It's a green card. It's a minute to sit down. So Zambia's
a short one man there.
Short of one man. The Zambians got a card. The Zambian ladies are now under pressure.
Yes. We will see whether South Africa will take advantage of the one-man short. There you see South Africa straight into the circle, and it's a short corner. Another opportunity there for South Africa to score directly. This is now the fourth penalty corner for the South African lady. Fourth penalty corner for this game, and all four of them South African penalty corners.
So the green card was to Soko Ersnat from Zambia, the number 19.
There you see the two castles set up. Straight hit, beautiful save there by the goalkeeper. Bounces back into the South African set. Another shot, and it is a free hit out. Right into her leg. She can see there she's limping. South Africa showing again once again great sportsmanship, checking up on their counterparts.
Time is stopped for this injury as we wait for the medics to come on.
See the medics are running onto the field. See some highlights there for the ball.
And
right into the hamstring. Oh, that must be painful.
That is a very painful spot to be hit with a hockey ball.
You see, they were waiting to find out if she will be getting off the pitch or if she will be continuing with this game. See, South Africa is regrouping, taking this opportunity to regroup.
Re-strategize maybe into ways.
Exactly.
So that they can see how they're going to score one more goal in the last 35 seconds of the second chaka before we head into halftime.
She can see, as the South Africans are, we see the standing. Let me just give you guys, to our viewers, a few facts right now. The standing positions on pool. There is only one pool for this tournament, and
So
right
see
now
the coach of the under 21 ladies sitting there watching this game came to pre-scan. Namibian coach of is here watching our opponents, the South Africans.
yes, another shot right into the circle there. Number 13 there, and it is a foul. Zambia has a free hit at the top of their circle, and that is it there, ladies and gentlemen, for the first half of this game. What a first half, what a dominance there by the South African young ladies. Beautiful, beautiful execution of hockey, confident on the ball. As you see there, the score line 6-0 for South Africa. Great dominance. We will see what the second half will have to bring. While we are here, ladies and gentlemen, let me just give you a rundown of the pool. We have one pool, and on the leading right now we have Zimbabwe, who managed to beat Zambia yesterday with a total score of 8-1. South Africa is falling right at number 2 there. We have the highlights on the screen of the first half. In the pool, South Africa is 2, Namibia is number 3, Kenya, Uganda number 5, and then Zambia right at the bottom of the pool in the 6th position. So right now, Zimbabwe, South Africa and Namibia have 3 points. Goal difference, Zimbabwe is leading with 7, South Africa leading with 5, Namibia leading with 3. And the first top 3 teams have actually won their first games: South Africa, Zimbabwe, and Namibia. So definitely those top 3, there's definitely some competition going on there.
But Pinky, would you say the South Africans won their first game really if Uganda
I mean, you wouldn't
didn't
say
play?
they won the first game, but they got the points.
Yeah,
So,
a win
and
is a win.
a win is a win. A win is a
A win
win,
is a win.
definitely. A win is a win. Um, there, as you can see, yesterday's pool, we had South Africa was supposed to play Uganda yesterday, and that game, unfortunately, as we mentioned, was forfeited because Uganda did not arrive on time. So South Africa scored 5 easy goals, and that is what has positioned them right into the second position on the pool. And then we had Zambia dominating against Zimbabwe dominating against Zambia 8-1. Kenya against Namibia yesterday, beautiful, beautiful game to watch, and Namibia dominated, although the score does not reflect the penetrations they had yesterday, and Namibia won that game 3-0. And right now we are waiting for the second half for the game of South Africa versus Zambia. There on your screen you have the statistics.
6 goals to South Africa, 0 goals to Zambia. As we see, South Africa has 8 shots on goal and only scored 6. That's impressive.
Pretty impressive
That's
there.
impressive. 27 circle penetrations and 6 goals.
Yeah.
They are gonna hear it from the coach today, but 66% possession compared to the Zambia, and Zambia had 2 circle penetrations and 4 penalty corners for South Africa and 0 for Zambia.
And as you can see there, the Zambian side have 1 green card.
The first card of the day, and the Zambians got it.
The statistics are definitely showing us that South Africa is dominating this game. Only 2 circle penetrations from the Zambians. Wow.
But the 27
Circle penetrations and
penetrations.
only
Oh.
6 goals. South Africa will definitely have to push. We are live from the Devon Trusco Hockey Stadium, right at the heart of Windhoek High here in Windhoek. So if you find yourself on this beautiful Saturday at home, nothing to do, please do come support the Junior Africa Cup that's taking place here. And if you're watching from the comfort of your home, we appreciate you. Keep to your screens.
As we saw earlier, they showed the coach for the Namibian ladies team here watching the South Africans play. So
Yeah, perhaps to just strategize and prepare.
yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, we will be now going into a short break.
We will be back shortly.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to this beautiful, beautiful day here where we are witnessing a match between South Africa versus Zambia right now. As you can see there on your screen, we have the fixtures for today. South Africa versus Zambia happening right now. Then it is going to be followed by Zambia versus Zimbabwe at 11. Egypt men versus Kenya. Definitely a game to look out for. South Africa versus Namibia. Another definitely exciting game to look out for. Zimbabwe there versus Namibia women at 5 o'clock. And we'll close off the day there with Uganda versus Kenya at 7 o'clock. So definitely we have a jam-packed day of events here at the Trustco Devon Hockey Stadium at the heart of Windhoek High. And right now we're about to kick off the second half of the game between South Africa versus Zambia.
So yes, it's gonna be an interesting day, interesting games. Hope to see you here. If you have nothing to do at home and you wanna go out and support your country, find us here at 3 o'clock. Support Namibia against South Africa. So
we'll see if Zambia has changed any form of strategy.
And the second chaka has started. Ball is gone.
As you can see there on the screen, South Africa is leading with 6 and Zambia now third quarter, second half of this game. There's South Africa already pushing into the Zambian half. And it's a foul there. South Africa has the ball. You see Blau there pushing it into the circle. Straight short. Missed opportunity there.
And it's a 16 for the Zambians.
Missed opportunity there by Murray, the captain.
It's a 16 for the Zambians, and the Zambians' defense is
the pressure coming
under
in
pressure
from the South African ladies is incredible there. And it is a goal.
What a flick.
What a beautiful goal there by Isaacs.
What a flick, eh? Just shows how many goals this game might end in. I mean, it's just the beginning of the third chaka. So
right through the gloves of the goalkeeper. There you go, there's Zambia taking the ball. Our score is intercepted there by the South African lady there. Mukwena there pushes it, Zambia there to receive it. Then you see right Mukwena on the ball at the heart. And
it's a short corner.
Penalty corner there, fifth penalty corner there for the South African ladies. Produced by Mukwena, the Olympian.
Just shows the level of skill. You penetrate the circle, look for a short corner or a goal.
Definitely. Beautiful, beautiful skills there from the South African ladies. And Mukwena will be pushing the ball out.
And that was the South Africans' 29th circle penetration of the game.
As you can see there, South Africa has set up 2 castles at the top. Where is the ball going? First, straight shot. Beautiful, beautiful goal there by Spear Short. What a goal. What a goal. Beautiful celebration. The goalkeeper definitely did not expect it. And the score right now is 8-0. So South Africa, what a shot. What a direct shot into the ball.
You would think they've defended the same shot corner now multiple times.
Exactly.
So they should know what
Zambia should be at this point able to read the South African short corners, but unfortunately they are failing. There you see Mukwena pushing. Zambia manages to get through.
What a beautiful 1-2 from the Zambians.
Turned over there by Janse. Zambia there to pick it up. Two-man defense there. South Africa manages to turn it over then. Then we have Pume from the South African side. Zambia has the ball.
Let's see what the...
Right into the South African stick there. Maybe she might be beating herself down for that one. South Africa playing it wide, using the whole field. Beautiful, beautiful show of skills.
Ideally, the South Africans would want to go through
They
the
see Isak's
hot
right,
channel.
and it's a direct hit. The beautiful goal there, deflected by the captain, Marie. What a beautiful deflection, bringing our score to 9-0. And officially, South Africa has broken the threshold that Zimbabwe had against Zambia yesterday.
It seems like this game will end in double digits.
Yeah, it's definitely might end in double digits, cementing Zambia right at the bottom of this pool. Beautiful deflection there. What a goal by the captain.
Shows us that why she's the captain.
Yes.
Exemplary skills. Hand to eye coordinate with the ball. You know.
There we have a free hit there for the South African ladies. Again, South Africa is playing exceptionally well, pulling the Zambians out, using the whole field.
It's the South Africans' ball.
Beautiful play there by Blau to play it into the player that's right in front of her to get that free hit. Then she connects.
The Zambians forward. Zambians forward. Natasha could have gotten that ball, eh?
Mukwena chasing.
Mukwena is off, getting subbed on for.
See there we have
Paige Silas came on for Mukwena.
Great interception there. Zambia still holding on to the ball. Again, a foul there.
It's a free hit for the Zambians. So, again, we get to see what this game is playing. Ball is with
beautiful ball skill there by
Salome.
By Salome Mwale. Intercepted there by Janse. Beautiful, beautiful key player there. You see there the run and a direct shot. Goalkeeper clears it. Again, another shot. And it's a long corner for the South African ladies.
Long corner is being taken by Nomsa. Oh, no, not Nomsa. By N.
Janse, they're dominating.
Ball to Nomsa. To the D.
South Africa is definitely...
there we see Nomsa getting a foot.
Beautiful skill there by Nomsa to play it right into the player behind her. Connect there with Silas. See South Africa playing the whole field, utilizing the whole field. They're not playing just in the middle. Beautiful, beautiful execution of hockey there. Beautiful interception there by the number 17, Nakombe, on the Zambian side, pushing forward the ball. There she goes as she runs with the ball on the line, trying to connect. Unfortunately, South Africa is right there to intercept. There we see there Nomsa Mzizi dominating there. Beautiful skill. There she goes again, connects there. Great interception there by the Zambian lady. What a beautiful execution of hockey there from the South African girls.
They are definitely pressing the Zambian women right now, and the Zambian women are feeling the pressure as they are trying to hold the ball and not let any more goals go through.
Connects there. Wide in the circle. Beautiful save there. What a beautiful save.
The defenders are really showing up to the game.
Beautiful save there by Shaya Memory. South Africa again with the ball at the top of the circle. As you can see, an open man right. Unfortunately there for South Africa. Free hit for Zambia out of the circle.
Ideally, as a defender and as a coach, you would want your players to set up very fast, which the Zambians are not doing at all. This puts them under pressure.
Definitely. Free hit there for the South African ladies. Three on one there. South Africa still manages to hold on to the ball. There's a foul there. Zambia's ball.
Generally in hockey, you would want to start the ball as fast as possible. Ball should move around, outlet the ball.
Direct hit into the South African stick there, and she shoots it straight into the Zambian's knee.
This is her second hit again.
Mutambo receiving hits. Will she be able to recover from this one? We see the switch there on the South African side.
And the
We have a
Zambians,
number 11 from the South African side, Blau Jenna, who just got back on the pitch.
and we also have number 24 of South Africa that got on the pitch now.
Pume.
Pume.
They're the paramedics running. See, the teams are going to take a moment to regroup. What a show of skills there from the South African under 21. Jason, what do you think?
They really came up. Look at the scoreline from the third chaka. In this third chaka, they pulled 3 goals.
Exactly.
So it seems like they're going to do 3 goals in chaka now.
Beautiful, beautiful.
If they don't score any more goals this chaka.
Yeah.
But yes, the South Africans are playing good hockey. Their passes are connecting. They are overloading the weak side of Zambia.
Definitely.
And if they get blocked, they recycle the ball very fast, faster than the Zambians can hold up.
Exactly.
By the time the Zambian ladies realize this, the South Africans are already through. And on the Zambian side, you would want the defenders to man mark, but the circle is overloaded with too many players and they are not man marking. If they were man marking, they could most likely reduce the number of goals.
It seems like Mutambo is going to be getting off the field. It's a free hit there for the Zambian ladies. South Africa already set up in a high press there. An overhead there. Right into the South African stick. Turned over. Beautiful run there from the South African girls. Right into the Zambian circle.
And it's a short corner.
5th penalty corner there for South Africa. They have been confidently able to secure a goal.
At this point, the Zambians should know what the South Africans are going for in their short corner.
Exactly.
So if they score again, then the Zambian defenders and the goalkeeper, they're just not switching on to the game. They're not really in the game. I guess maybe they are now demotivated since the score line looks like this.
Yeah. See, we see there. Angelique is going to push it out for the South African young ladies.
They have 2 castles set out.
Straight shot again. Beautiful execution. Why change it if it's working? Why change it if it's working? Straight shot there by Spear Shot. And that brings our score to 10. No, just like how you said, we are definitely in the double digits of this game.
Looking at the replay, that was Postman and the goalkeeper, but also the first runner, first wave, couldn't get there in time
Yeah.
to stop the ball. So the Zambians are being overloaded by the South Africans today. Seems like the South African ladies want the same score as the men from yesterday's game.
Shot there straight.
Short corner,
Straight penalty corner there. Foul.
deliberate breakdown of play, and the umpire gives the short corner. So in hockey, you wouldn't want
As you can see there,
to do that.
Salis took the fall for the team that gave them this penalty corner.
And I'm guessing we'll see the same strategy
We'll
again,
see
Pinky,
if-
won't we?
If Spear Shot is taking a direct hit or not, or will they switch it up? Will Zambia run out this time?
I mean, the ladies should have by now clicked that.
Great save there. She was able to predict that shot this time around. Very good there for the goalkeeper.
I mean, Pinky, is it really predicting when it's the same thing happening over and over again?
There you see there, it's South Africa's free hit.
The defender didn't know that you cannot run past the 23 with your face mask from a short corner.
There you see fall with the ball. Passes it down the line.
Oh,
Back to fall. And she seeks there for a foul. Right into the Zambian. Passes it back.
so South Africa is trying to recycle the
shot.
ball in order for them to penetrate much more faster.
Great defense there. Beautiful run there by the South African young lady.
Nomsa.
Here we see Della Ray there to Sean. In the far corner.
Here we see Nomsa with the ball just there on top of the D. She releases the ball. Oh, this is beautiful hockey from South Africa. They are recycling the ball. They see that they have no circle penetration. Let's move the ball back and come back in.
Nice save there by the goalkeeper.
And it's working for the Zambian defense, overloading their own circle so that the South African players don't have anywhere to play.
The Zambia is trying to push forward. We have 4 minutes left in this chaka. Another overhead there.
Do the South Africans have one more goal in them? Or
South Africa has managed to turn it over again. You can see South Africa right in the middle, pushing. Intercepted there, great defense. There you see number 11, Blau, the captain, holding on to the ball.
and
Zambia has managed to take it right back into the South African stick. Angle, pushing it forward. Top, she connects. Missed opportunity there, and it's a short corner again for South Africa.
goalie committed.
You see
Didn't
them.
get it.
Mukwena is back on the field.
Will the South Africans now change their short corner strategy, or will they stick to the same strategy that worked 5 times? It's 5 times.
We see the angle key is going to take the shot. We will see if they're going to change the setup or not. But then again, why change something if it's working? If it ain't broken, don't fix it.
But hopefully the Zambians catch on.
Angelka dragging it out for South Africa. As you can see there, another straight shot right into the circle. They did create a diversion though.
Yep.
They created a diversion, but another straight shot there for the South African ladies. Beautiful execution of a
Ball went to the second castle, which was
straight shot there by Marie, the captain. No hesitation. Beautiful, beautiful execution.
Same strategy, just different castle.
Exactly.
And it's working. The South Africans have this game. Now, goal score right now is 11-0 in the third quarter with only 3 minutes left.
Again, still South Africa's ball. There you see Mokoena run with the ball right into the circle. She connects. Beautiful intercept. Mokoena still on the ball. And Zambia manages to get it out of their circle.
Right now, we expect the Zambians to overload their circle as they've been doing so the whole game. Not the whole game, but yeah, now it's working. They're trying now overload the circle so that the South Africans cannot penetrate, which is exactly what they are looking for. Interceptions. When you overload, you're 23.
There's South Africa again, once again intercepted there by the defense.
Their overload is working. South Africans are recycling the ball. Ooh, this is...
We see there South Africa running with the ball into the circle, connect at the base, and it's a long corner there for South Africa. Beautiful defense. Unfortunately, Zambia is only clicking in now in the third chaka with the defense.
I wouldn't say their defense is clicking in. They just overloaded the circle, which is working for them because now the South Africans have little space to move around them or receive the ball without the Zambians intercepting.
Yeah.
And the ball is over 10 to the South
There
Africans.
you see Isaacs intercepted. Beautiful ball skills there.
Our ball
Zambia's
is for
free
the
hit.
Zambians. Our ball is intercepted by Isaacs again. I think the Zambian captain is getting tired.
There you see there Salis on the ball, takes the hit herself, pushes right at the top of the heart to her captain. A connection of sticks there prevented there the captain from making a connection with the ball.
Like we say, the Zambians are overloading, and it's working. They're overloading their circle so that they could give limited options.
Free hit there for South Africa on the line. Beautiful run there. Tries to connect it to Mokoena. Gets a free hit at the top of the Zambian circle. Great defense there. Few seconds left in this chaka. South Africa is increasing the tempo. It's a long corner there for South Africa. Connects with Mokoena right there. Manages to get through. 3 defense straight into a penalty corner once again. Beautiful skills there by Mokoena at the top of the circle. Beats 3 men.
You did say she's an Olympiad, right?
Yes,
so,
yes.
I mean, the experience is showing.
Definitely. She almost reminded me there of our very own Margaret Mengo, just quickly running through 3 defense men. There you see Angle taking the drag again for South Africa.
Let's see, will South Africa change their strategy or not? We see the 2 castles are still set up. Will the Zambians click on? Let us see right now.
There you see straight shots, and it's
a retake.
Retake of the short corner.
So there's no discussions in a retake of a short corner. You just have to get to it, see if you will change strategy and click on or not.
See Angle Case taking the long shot again.
Will the Zambians click on? Come on.
Safe, and that is it for the third chaka. of this game.
Third chaka ends and the score line is 11 for South Africa and 0 for Zambia. Pinky, what do you think about
What a
this?
dominance from the South African young ladies. They are dominating this game. They're dominating every single chaka. And to be quite frank, it is what we expected. So you see there's some highlights from the previous chaka.
It is what we expected, but the Zambians give us a shock there in their defense. They started coming to the game. They showed up now. Maybe they did not warm up enough before the game. But yeah.
Beautiful, beautiful goal there by the captain.
Seems like we will have a similar score line to yesterday's one, except yesterday the Zambian men actually managed to score 3 goals against the South African men's team.
Beautiful shot there also by Spear Shot. Great, great execution. That beautiful deflection there. What a beautiful deflection there by the captain.
Kaylin Marie.
Ladies and gentlemen, you are watching the highlights of the game between the Zambian ladies and South African ladies under 21 here for the Junior Africa Cup, taking place at the Devon Trusco Hockey Stadium right at the heart of Vintukai.
As a prospective coach and an umpire, so I would say what you're seeing in this game, I would have expected the South African team to have had more goals by now, but I would have also expected the Zambian ladies to have defended most of those short corners, because the South Africans are using the same strategy over and over again, but the Zambians are just not catching on, which is they should be in trouble with their
ladies and gentlemen, just to show you how South Africa is dominating. South Africa has 40 penetrations into the Zambian circle, while Zambia only has had 2 penetrations. So right there is telling us South Africa is dominating this game beyond.
But with the score line and circle penetrations, the South Africans need to actually work a bit harder
in executing their circle penetrations
and finishing off the goals. 40 circle penetrations and only 11 goals.
There again, once again, another circle penetration there, and it is out. Beautiful back stick shot there from the Zambian side.
I think the Zambians are being hit by the weather and also the fitness. The Zambians their team looks like they are all tired, and yet the South Africans are just pushing on and on because they are very fit. Like we said, the level of hockey in South Africa is above Zambia's one.
Beautiful play there on the line, free hit there for South Africa. We have Blouse Jody, and it is intercepted there. Great interception there once again from Janse on the South African side.
Another circle penetration by South Africa. Oh, that was supposed to be a short corner. The umpire didn't see, umpire doesn't see, umpire doesn't blow.
Beautiful shot there by Spearshoff.
Oh, what a change in channels from the South Africans. Another circle penetration.
Here we see a run there by the captain. And it is a short corner.
Will the Zambians finally switch on to defend the South Africans' short corners, or will they not? I mean, they did block the last two short corners, so they might actually block this one also if the South Africans don't change their strategy.
And this time around we have Peckendorf Tara, who's pushing it out for South Africa. Two castles set up at the top of the
Same
circle.
strategy and...
Oh. A deflection shot there and missed opportunity. It's a long corner for the South African young ladies.
The first switch up of short corners for the South Africans and they messed it. Maybe they should actually go back to what was working. If it ain't broke.
Straight shot there. Beautiful save there by the goalkeeper. What a straight shot there by Jantse.
But the goalkeeper of Zambia, Changelo Chungu, has also shown some exemplary saves today. I mean, with
another short corner there for South Africa.
Will they do the same thing they just did, or will they switch it up again, or will they just go back to what was working for them? Like Pinky said, if it ain't broke,
why fix it?
Why fix it?
Two castles set up at the top of the circle. Will it be a straight hit there by Spear Shot? Or will they switch it up? Beautiful drag flick there. What a beautiful drag flick by Fogel. Also a debut here for the first time. Beautiful, beautiful execution.
There was a beautiful drag flick, so they switched it up and this one worked.
That brings our score to 12. South Africa, nil, Zambia. And we are in the fourth and final chaka of this game.
With only 11 minutes left of the final chaka. So
Delare there, not giving the Zambian ladies any room to breathe. And it's a turnover ball there, South Africa's ball. And we can see there Delare Mukwena right at the top waiting to receive that ball for the South African team. And it is turned, it's a foul. Zambia has the ball. There we see Zambia pushing and it is turned over again. It is Zambia's ball almost in the South African 16 half. We haven't seen much of Zambia on this side of the field. Will they use this opportunity?
Hopefully this will be the Zambians' third.
Straight shot.
And it's a Zambians' third circle penetration, hopefully, but no. Didn't materialize. Nothing
Where we
happened.
see Mukwena running with the ball, releases it to Delare, intercepted there by Zambia, and it is a turnover. Beautiful interception there by Banda from the Zambian side.
The legs are killing the Zambians here as the South Africans prove to be much more fit than the Zambians. Zambians are now tired. You should see some of them are ball watching, walking, and they have little to no energy left to run for the ball. So
First time we're seeing the South African goalkeeper on the screen.
And the South African goalkeeper still hasn't touched the ball.
No, she has not. An overhead there from the South African young lady. Beautiful pick up there.
We
You see the Nomsa
Nomsa
running. Passes it to Delare. Back stick. South Africa picks it up again there at the top. Beautiful skill there at the top of the circle. Straight shot. Fails to connect, and that's a dangerous big stick. So automatically a short corner there for the South African young ladies.
Firstly, it's wrong side of the stick, and then again it's dangerous. So, man, tough luck, Zambia. Today they are unlucky with these short corners. Let's see if they'll be actually able to defend this one. Will the South Africans change their strategy from the previous short corner that they scored, or will it still be the same?
We see that it's Delare pushing it out for the South Africans. but still a 2 Kessel setup at the top of the circle. Will it go to Pierce shot for...
It's like it will be a drag flick.
Quick switch up there. Beautiful execution. And Spear shot manages to get it right at the back of the net. Although I will say Zambia just watched that ball go in. They did nothing to try to stop it. And that brings our score to 13-0.
Like I said, the Zambians are now tired. So they are just, you see, that was far postman. And the
You see the goalkeeper
postman
there,
wasn't there.
the Zambian goalkeeper. They're doing a switch. Overhead, they're intercepted by the South African ladies. Delaray on the ball. Tries to connect there to Mukwena, but intercepted. Delaray, free hit there. Picks it up immediately. Doesn't give room at all. Beautiful skills. Mukwena picks it up from the back. Beautiful run there by Mukwena. Right at the D. And
that just shows you why Mukwena was at the Olympics.
beautiful, beautiful, skilled young lady there. Free hit there for the Zambian ladies. You see there, South Africa is definitely having a high press.
At this point, Zambia should just stop trying the overheads because South Africa is intercepting them
Another
or
interception
hitting the ball through the middle. I mean, their coach
Nice.
is really going to give them a tough time today.
Beautiful jab there by the captain. But South Africa still manages to hold on to the ball. Beautiful 1-2 hockey there from the South African young ladies. Oh, missed opportunity there by Delaray, and it is a foul.
The South African ladies are trying to put as many at the back of the net there in this last chaka so that they can be up there on the standings.
Wow, beautiful jab there by Delaray. Intercepted there by Mukwena. Ooh. Mukwena still on the ball. Takes a straight shot, and it's a goal. What a beautiful goal there by Mukwena.
It's 7 minutes left of their fourth chaka and the last chaka, and the goal score is 14-0. Zambia is losing this game. And the way they are running like they are already demoralized, and they are also tired. It's their second game. It's the South Africans' first game that they are playing because yesterday's game got forfeited by Uganda.
See there, South Africa is applying the pressure.
Zambia was defending well in the third chaka, but now their defense is just down bad.
There we see South Africa playing a little bit in the back before they push it to the front. Beautiful run there on the line. Looks for Mukwena at the top. And Delaray manages to get it right into the back of the goal box. Beautiful, beautiful execution. Great positioning there by the South African young ladies. That brings our total score to 15-0.
And they scored within a matter of minutes after scoring their 14th goal.
See the positioning there, and she was right there to make sure it hits the back of the box. Intercepted again there by Delaray, and she connects with Mukwena. Mukwena sends a back. South Africa is now has 18 shots
and 15 goals. And second penetrations are 49 for South Africa and only two
Mukwena
for Zambia.
49 circle penetrations to 2 circle penetrations. 67% ball possession for South Africa with a 33% for Zambia.
This actually shows us
There we see Delaray there.
penalty corners. South Africa has 13 penalty corners and Zambia only has 0
penalty corners. Our score is 16. Score is 16. Zambia 0.
The South Africans are putting in as many goals. Will they reach 20 is the biggest question right now on my mind. What about you, Pinky? Do you think South Africa will score 20 goals?
I mean, we have 5 minutes left and anything is possible in hockey. With 4 more goals to go, I think they might get it right. Perhaps that is their target for this game.
20 goals.
It would definitely put them in a very, very comfortable position when it comes to the end of this tournament. There we see South Africa moving once again. A quick release there, intercepted by Zambia.
Let us see whether Zambians can use this or not. Ball is
Back into the South African
sticks. Advantage played by the umpire. There we go.
There we see South Africa again connecting.
This is quite some interesting hockey happening here. South Africans are trying
Beautiful
to score
connect there
again.
by Angle.
Will they score?
Back stick shot
What
right
a goal!
into the back of the box. What a beautiful goal.
So the South Africans are chasing for 20 goals. There's 4 minutes and 41 seconds left of this game, and this goal score is
Beautiful
17-0.
What a back stick. What a back stick there by Angle. Okay. Beautiful, beautiful goal.
So we see the change. The captain is back on the field.
See a change there at the top. South Africa's free hit there on the line.
Will they capitalize? Will they score?
We
What
have
will they do
blows
with
there
it?
at the top of the D. We have the captain right there as well, ready to receive there. We see
What an interception by Zambia, but hey, they lost the ball again.
beautiful pick up there on top of the circle, and it is a free hit there for Zambia out of their circle. South Africa intercepts it. We see the captain right there at the top. Zambia putting in some pressure right now. The last 4 minutes. Picked up again there. We have Puma on the ball. Releases it to the top. And it is another goal.
The South Africans are actually chasing for 20 goals in this game. The goal score right now stands at 18-0 for South Africa and 0 for Zambia. And it's 3 minutes and 35 seconds left of this game. Will the South Africans go above 20? Will they not? Curiosity. We will find out in 3 minutes.
Another back stick there to secure that goal for the South African lady there by Blau. There South Africa is running again. Right into the circle. Blau's ready there to pick it up. Goalie manages to just block it right there, and it's a free. It's a 16 for the Zambian ladies.
Will the Zambian ladies hold the ball for the next 3 minutes? Will they not? Questions. That's all we have. The Zambians still have the ball. Well, let's see if the ball actually gets intercepted by the South African ladies, then it might just result into another goal.
There we see South Africa running, making a run for it again inside the Zambian circle. Misses the top D. Wanted to connect there with her captain, but it was a missed opportunity. Free hit there for South Africa. You see some great confidence there for the South African girls.
Ball
On the ball. Ball is intercepted there by Zambia. Straight hit once again. Unfortunately, her teammate could not pick it up.
Zambia still only has 2 circle penetrations in this game, and yet they are this side of the field. Whenever they go this side of the field, I get the jitters because I wonder, will they score?
It's a long corner there for Zambia. Zambia picks it up. South Africa ready to pick it up once again there.
There you see South Africa is on the attack right now.
There we see a one-on-one there by the captain. Will she get it behind?
Oh!
Goalkeeper was right there. What a missed opportunity there for the captain.
There is 1 minute left for this game to end, and it seems like South Africa won't get to their 20-goal mark.
Intercepted there by South Africa. Free hit there for South Africa right at the top of the circle. And they're inside. Back stick there, and it is a goal for South Africa. What a beautiful goal. 26 seconds left on the clock, and the score is 19-0 for South Africa.
Well,
what a dominance.
Well, Pinky, it seems like South Africa won't reach their 20-goal mark, but 19 goals in the Junior Africa Cup here at the Davin Trusco Hockey Stadium in Windhoek by Windhoek High School. South Africa just scored 19 goals, and they are walking away with 19 goals against Zambia with 0 goals.
Let's see if they will be able to get that 20. There we see there. Manages to get it in. And that is it, ladies and gentlemen. The last horn has blown, and South Africa has dominated this game with a goal score of 19-0 against Zambia. What a game, what a show of skills. We really didn't expect anything different, because South Africa is definitely one skilled country when it comes to hockey.
I mean, the hockey development in South Africa is insane. These girls play hockey almost every other day.
Throughout the year, 24/7, breathe, eat, live hockey.
So that this just shows us that South Africa's hockey is on another level.
Definitely.
Compared to Zambia's hockey.
I will have to give it to Zambia, though they definitely did try to defend here and there. Unfortunately, it seems like their morale did go down eventually. But beautiful, beautiful game to watch.
But I mean, the Zambians defended well in the third chaka,
Yes.
which was quite impressive. By overloading their circle, they managed to keep the South Africans at bay, but just not for long enough.
As we see there on our screen, some highlights of the beautiful goals from the South African young ladies.
Only 2 circle penetrations though from Zambia. Though they're underdogs, they actually put up a good fight.
Yes, definitely.
Although they lost their morale at some point in the game. and they got tired. They put up a good fight. As we see the highlights, it's where some pretty impressive goals made by the South African ladies.
I will say Zambia definitely uh, took a back seat in this game. Beautiful, beautiful
Now
back seat there by Engel.
it just comes to show how much hockey development South Africa has put in and how far Zambia has to go in order for them to reach that level of hockey. You need to put in the hours, you need to develop the hockey in country. It's not just a national team, it's also your local teams that help you build a national team to being as to what it is.
Yes, as you can see there right on your screen, you are seeing some of the beautiful goals that were executed. Ladies and gentlemen, right there on your screen, we have the total goal score 19-0. 20 shots on target and 19 of those were goals. 62 circle penetrations for South Africa and 2 for Zambia. A 67% ball possession to a 33% ball possession for Zambia. 13 penalty corners and 0 penalty corners for Zambia. And Zambia walked away with 1 green card. I will say South Africa definitely, without a shadow of doubt, dominated this game.
I mean,
62 circle penetrations.
Circle penetrations is crazy. With 20 shots on goal and 19 goals, just goes to show how if they take a shot, they make sure it's on target and at the backboard.
Definitely. Ladies and gentlemen, right there you're seeing the lineup for today. As you see the game that you just watched now, 19-0, followed the next game coming up is Zambia versus Zimbabwe. And then we're going to have Egypt at 1 o'clock versus Kenya. South African men against Namibian men. One game that is definitely one to look out for, Ray. And then we have Zimbabwe women versus Zimbabwean versus Namibian men at 5 o'clock. And then we're going to close off today with Uganda women versus Kenya. This is going to be Uganda's first game today because they didn't show up for their game yesterday. So we'll definitely be looking forward to seeing you here at the Devon Trusco Hockey Stadium at the heart of Windhoek High. So if you find yourself on this beautiful Saturday in Windhoek, come show out some support for this Junior Africa Cup.
It's gonna be quite an interesting week of hockey in Namibia for us hosting. It's always a privilege to host such beautiful tournaments as they give us a chance to also be part of the hockey community in the whole
Internationally. Yes, definitely.